Penn State adds one of the nation's top recruiters to its depth of coaches. Mitch Gerber alongside Aki Collins. Coach, through your experience, including 5 years with the Oklahoma City Thunder, why are you regarded as one of the nation's top recruiters?
People like to tell stories. I don't know about all that. I think I work hard. I think I have a lot of relationships throughout the country, and I'm very diligent in how I approach it. And all the players that I've coached, I try to have relationships after basketball. And so I think people recognize that, and when they're willing to send their kids to come play for me because of those relationships, and they know he may not play a lot, but he's going to be treated well. And I think at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
When you go out on the recruiting trail and you try to recruit to a place like Penn State, you're talking about the Big Ten Conference, arguably the toughest conference in college basketball. What can your message be to try to get those top recruits here?
Well, when I was in the Big East, 2008 to 2012, the Big East was regarded as one of the top conferences in the country. One year we had 11 teams make it into the NCAA tournament. So I'm accustomed to being in conferences where every night you have to bring it. And you got to recruit hard, you got to coach hard, you got to make sure your guys are doing the right thing academically so they can make it onto the court. So that's an easy message to sell. The TV package makes it an attractive vehicle for kids to come here and play. So there's a lot to sell about not only Penn State, but the Big Ten Conference. And so that's not the hard part. The hard part is getting guys to take a chance on a first-time head coach at this level. And I think that's going to be our challenge, but I think Coach has a good message. I mean, obviously being in the NBA for 6 years, that helps. I was in the NBA for 5, so that also helps. So I think those factors are in our favor as we get on the recruiting trail.
How does your experience in the NBA, both you and Coach Shrewsbury, play a factor to these recruits?
Well, you think about this, how many college coaches could say that they've been an assistant coach or a head coach in the NBA? Not that many. And how many staffs have a head coach who's coached in the NBA and a guy who picked the players that were going to eventually play in the NBA? Not many programs have those two elements on their staff. So that's something that we have that's unique to not only our program, but to the country.
Those conversations that you had with Coach Shrewsbury way back when about, hey, when I get the head job, you're coming with me to be able to accomplish X. What is X?
Trying to win. Neither one of us are accustomed to losing. And so I think that's kind of one of the bonds that we have between us. Like, we always try to push each other. We always want to be successful. And I have confidence that he's going to do the job here at Penn State. And so it was an easy choice for me. Once I realized this was the destination was going to be and who I was going to be with, I was like, let's go, let's sign me up, let's do it.
If I'm not mistaken, you're also an entrepreneur and you got a couple of different businesses. How has your entrepreneur hat helped you on the court in the basketball space?
I just think you don't run away from challenges. Like, you look at something, instead of viewing it as half empty, view it as half full. There's always going to be challenges, there's always going to be things that could go wrong, but you just chart your path, and then when something goes wrong, you just adjust it, address it, and move on.
Coach, welcome to Half the Valley. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.